Let's begin with renewals under $5,000 in premium. Streamlining the renewal process for policies less than $5,000 in premium is critical for this type of policy to be profitable for the agency. While many of these policies may be BOPs and can be downloaded, most agencies will also have a number of surplus lines policies that meet this criteria as well. Be sure to take advantage of download policies from all carriers that offer this option. This one step will help to streamline the renewal process and add efficiency. Another challenge for agencies and account managers is that many times the same account manager is managing renewals for a $100,000 account as well as a $5,000 account. Many times it's difficult for the account manager to adjust their process for the smaller accounts, which might be managed similarly to a personal lines renewal. Establishing a small business department and having an account manager dedicated to this type of policy has been a great solution for many agencies. It's also important that the renewal process be managed efficiently for small business. In addition to downloading policies when available, we recommend a couple of things. First of all, it's important to automate your pre-renewal contact with the client using standardized form letters or Outlook signatures, possibly quick parts, and utilizing the My Expiring Policies feature. This feature is located in the AMS 360 Home Center. The My Expiring Policy feature allows for a few different things. So you'll note on the slide that there are a few icons that we want to point out to you. The first one is the deck page view. It's the first icon that appears on the slide, and note where it appears in the My Expiring Policy views. Guys, this gives you a quick snapshot, just like it does on the policy side, but of the expiring policy. So I can see expiring premium, I can see exposures. It's a quick view of what is renewing, basically. You can also manage a good portion of your renewal process and add comments using the comment icon bubble. That's the second icon that we kind of have highlighted. And you'll notice that in some cases it has an I in it and sometimes it's a blank bubble. Now, this is an indication of stage, and it also allows us to continually add comments as we move through the renewal process, as well as view comments here. So if you can equate it to using an old paper list or maybe an Excel spreadsheet where you constantly review your notes or add notes, this is what your comments bubble is for in the My Expiring Policies view. In addition to that, we can also quickly create a submission from the expiring policy. The third icon that we've highlighted, which is the little people, and again, note where it is in the My Expiring Policy view, this enables the system to create a submission based on the expiring policy. It's very easy navigation, and once a submission is created from this view, you also end up with a marketing link in the stage column. And guys, we have that underlined for you. This allows for, again, very easy navigation to your submission group. If you're tracking your submissions electronically, you get a lot of information in one click into this marketing group. Guys, I recommend leaving a Home Center tab open that's set to My Expiring Policies and reverting to this view whenever a renewal task is needed, rather than navigating to the customer individually. The user can navigate to a customer, access last year's policy detail, even access a submission or renew the policy from this view. Note that we did circle the customer link for you, and also the link right beside that for the policy number link. That's just right-clicking and opening in a new tab or window will preserve your My Expiring Policies view, but quickly navigates you to the customer if you need additional information. So the navigation from this view and the efficiency it can bring to the process is just tremendous. Now let's talk a little bit about defaulted views. Our next question was how to utilize the My Expiring Policies view when we're downloading policies. So it's very true that our recommendation is that you default your view option within My Expiring Policies to a date range of all and a status of incomplete. This ensures that you always see any policies that may have expired in the system or any policies that have yet to renew. Most agencies will run their commercial lines list 90 to 120 days in advance, so you will always have that view. The feature can still be, the expiring policy feature can still be utilized when policies download with just a few adjustments to the workflow. One of the adjustments is changing your view for My Expiring Policies. If you're taking advantage of commercial lines or even personal lines download, the view options must be changed in this area. I recommend working with the daily download report and changing the view options to a specific date range based on the effective dates of the renewal transactions that are included on the download report. You would also change the status from incomplete to completed, which is equivalent to renewed in 360. This will provide a list of policies that renewed within the date range selected. Account managers will work better with the download report and more efficiently if you take the time to export this report to Excel. This is just the classic report that we export in order to modify the format. So one of the things that we do is to sort this report by account manager and then by transaction. The slide we're showing gives an example of what that report can look like, and I've highlighted in yellow how it pulls together all the renewal transactions for a particular user. Notice that the transaction effective date is what we would base that date range on for our view options. So we're only seeing renewals that renewed in a certain time frame. So once you change your view options, as we're discussing now, let's take a look at how the expired policy view changes. So now you'll note that we still have our stage column, but within that stage column, we now have a link to the renewed policy. I also want to point out another column in this area called Origin. Your Origin column is going to indicate whether you manually renewed this policy, which is data entry, which is what you see on my example, or if the policy renewed by download, it would also indicate this in this field. So it's very easy to then quickly pick out those policies that have downloaded. By selecting the renewal you want to work with, which is the check mark on the far left, you can put a check in the box, click on your deck page view, and then you will know what last year's premium was. Click into the renewed link, and then you will see what the downloaded premium is for this year. Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes we may prefer to do a compare just to see if there's any changes in forms or anything that was non-premium related. From within the renewed policy detail, which is where you land when you click on that link, you can do a file and a compare. You can select last year's policy to compare to and get a quick snapshot of where the premiums were altered or any changes that were made from the last transaction of your expiring policy to the new transaction. So guys, you can see with just a little tweak in the view options and in your workflow, the My Expiring Policies view allows you to very proactively manage those renewals that download. You do have to work with your download report, but it's an excellent tool. Also note that when your account managers take advantage of using My Expiring Policies views, then your department managers also have the ability to monitor the renewals for a department from the My Renewal list. Guys, this list will show all the stages. You can quickly access comments. We can print a report from this if needed for renewal meetings. So there's a lot that we can do with this view, and it really gives our managers a snapshot view. The important thing to know about My Renewal list is this view is meant to be used by renewal list administrators, your department managers or managers in the agency as a whole, and in some cases producers. But this view is not designed for account managers to work with. We want to be sure that the account managers have access to the My Expiring Policies view and they work with that view.